wonder why I'm dressed like the Energizer Bunny. We have to endure this every year. Third Sunday of Advent, Gaudete Sunday or Praise Sunday. We used to call it in the seminary Gaudy Sunday because of this. But it's all right. We can deal with it. It's interesting because over time, this Advent season has kind of been eroded, hasn't it? It no longer seems to have that kind of sense that we still seem to maintain for Lent. There seems to be, all right, we're here, something's happening, but spoiler alert, Christmas is coming. Somehow we have lost that ability to be able to see this as a distinctive time of preparation. And it's hard to kind of bring that back. Part of it is, I think, because it is a spoiler alert. We know what happens. Jesus comes. That's what we're waiting for, the infant Jesus. Well, he's been that way every year for, over 2,000 years now. We have tried to remember him as coming around this time of the year. Perhaps we might look at it a little differently. Perhaps we might look at it, we know Jesus is here, but he is back center in our lives again. We put him in the middle of our family rather than as a peripheral person. We know he's around, he's good to ask for favors, things like that. But we don't have him front and center. Think of it this way. Our children come home from college or from wherever they're living, and we put them at the center of our family. They are the center of our attention because they've come home and they're now present to us in a very special way. They've always been there. I mean, you get emails occasionally, you'll get phone calls, texts, but they're there, present to us in a very special way. I think if we maybe look at Christmas like that, Jesus has been with us all this time, no doubt about it. But maybe we need to put him front and center, like our children coming home. Jesus comes home to kind of roost, to be with us, to be very much a part of the family. Someone whom we talk to and acknowledge is right there with us in our families during this very special season. And so kind of once a year, we welcome him back in a special way. I think that might help us, because otherwise I think it's been there, done that, isn't it? You get kind of tired of it. And not only that, he doesn't make a lot of noise. Jesus is very quiet. So it's a very kind of quiet time. And so it's easy to miss him in all the hubbub of preparations for Christmas. And then on top of that, of course, we have the outlaws and the in-laws. We have all those dramas that we have to deal with in our families. And maybe by saying, Jesus is present to us, let's make this a good experience. Let's put aside our differences because we have this special person. He's been with us all year, but right now he is front and center in our family, even in our conversations with one another. This may help us look at Christmas in a new and bright way. Be able to say it indeed is Gaudete Sunday, a day of glory and joy, that we may truly celebrate his presence among us. Let's give it a try, see what happens. It can't hurt, right? And I think Jesus would appreciate being the topic of attention and the topic of the dinner table occasionally as well. So this time, we put him front and center. We recognize that he's been with us all year, but right now, he is present to us as our children and family are.